Hello, my friends. Welcome to the first episode of The Outrageous Making of. Today I'll be showing you how I made a size 2 shaker box. But let's begin at the beginning. What's a shaker box? Well, they're finely crafted oval boxes, coveted by antique collectors, and mass-produced by a proto-socialist commune called the Shakers. A little background here, since this is a big piece of American history, even if it's faded into obscurity with the Emancipation Proclamation, Battle of the Bulge, Apollo moon landings, and countless other mega events. So the Shakers were not your daddy's commune. They set up shop in the 1780s in peak Puritan USA. That was a radical proposition since their politics, they believed in complete equality of the sexes. That meant an equal number of women governed each settlement, and celibacy, and pacifism, and communitarianism. In fact, a young Friedrich Engels claimed to find most of his inspo at Shaker villages, and then he wrote the Communist Manifesto. The Shakers were very much a hands to work, hearts to God kind of people. And when they weren't working or worshiping, they were innovating. Here's a few of the things they invented, and there are probably dozens more. But God apparently didn't put much stock in the early US patent system, so it's impossible to assign priority for many others. However, the Shakers are most renowned today, not for their politics or ingenuity, but their furniture. It's delicate but sturdy, thoughtfully designed, finely crafted, and accurate in many cases to the 32nd of an inch, or in metric, about 2 beard hairs. In the case of this size 2 box, I didn't have any for reference, so some internet sleuthing was in order. I had to go to some pretty dusty corners of the net, but I found this, and this, and this, yada yada, and cross-referenced these with photos of the real thing. As a recovering architect, my first move was to go into elevation view and sketch out the dimensions. Next comes curve extrusion. The first big challenge was figuring out the profile of the outer surface. You can see that a scarf joint was used IRL, leaving the thickness of the walls quite irregular. I've assumed the inner surface was based off of a perfectly oval mold, so that part is easy. But we've got to make sure that the outer surface maintains a relatively consistent thickness, so it doesn't look like a gorged tick. The second big challenge was creating these swallowtail fingers. I had to accurately capture the original curves using that old warhorse, the interpolate curve command. And next, ensure that all edges are beveled at 10 degrees. Okay, a confession, my friends. Here's my first piece of skullduggery. I don't have whatever brads were used to tack the wood together, so I bought some copper-plated nails at Home Depot. And chopped them, and measured them. But let me spare you the details because this rabbit hole runs deep. Suffice it to say, I made every effort to make this the most dimensionally perfect box to, ever 3D printed. The thing about 3D prints is it's just like writing software. One piece at a time, test, see if it works. So I print a cutout of the most geometrically spicy part of the box. Yeah, all systems go. They don't call me one print man for nothing. Let's print the whole thing. Now that is a thing of rare beauty. Only problem is it doesn't look at all like wood. So we're going to have to stain this thing. Stain test on the print test. Let's give it 2 coats. I dig it. Let's try a varnish test to see how that impacts the surface gloss. Okay. And glue in the tacks without the super glue ruining the surface. It only takes a fleck to create a blemish, and that would be very unshaker. Rinse, repeat. And here it is, a complete number 2 shaker box. What do you think?
I think this is worth $50.
If you'd like to hear more about the shakers or any part of the process in this video, comment below. And there's a lot more where this came from, so do subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.